wake up, I see you as you leave. I feel it, I see it as you leave. When we kiss, I went deep, but you're far away. Be
So great tune there in the background for, kind of a weather like this. It is music titled Asa. It's Bibanki from Asa. Great piece of music. And it brings the time to some 28 minutes to hit 8. And that's from the Studios of Love 99.5. Now, I don't know whether you remember, because on the 7th of June, we had a conversation with the regional NADMO boss and talked about the fact that, although the rains have come down and even come down heavy, as at the time we're speaking on the 7th of June, we haven't heard about any major floods or even loss of lives. So we're excited about it, and we asked whether it will continue throughout the rainy season without we recording any deaths. That was our hope and our desire. Unfortunately, sadly, between that time and now, 7, not just 1 or 2, 7 lives have been lost. Now, these lives were lost between last Wednesday and Friday. So it tells you that within 3 days, we lost 7 lives to floods. Very sad indeed. Now, we lost 3 lives on Wednesday, a life on Thursday, and 3 more on Friday. So we want to tell you what accounted for the loss of these lives. We want to have this conversation with you because even as we speak, we have children who are on vacation, and parents will leave them to attend to their businesses, leaving these children behind. Let me tell you a story about what happened over the weekend. There's a place where, called Ramsia, getting towards Kote Nehinso, and they have this big drain, all right? There's a drain there. On Saturday, the kids were playing by the side of the drain. So they'll throw something into the gutter and then jump into it and pick it out, and playing in the rainwater in the gutter. Unfortunately, there were some adults who were seated around where the kids were playing, adults. And they were not concerned as to prompting the kids to stop what they were doing, as it could, cost them their lives. So a police officer was walking, down the stream or down the drain, and then I was around that area. So he was even raising concerns because I was about to talk to the parents about it, or the elderly people around there about it. And he said that it should be a free estrohone bano. It's a fat and kolana omuntimi e nyang kwembio. Well, these parents, these adults were there and they were seeing what these kids were doing. You might be wondering why I'm saying this. You will understand it in a bit, because the 7 lives that we have lost could have been prevented if only we have used a bit of common sense. Excuse my language, but if we've used a bit of common sense, it would have helped us. Although we can blame authorities for some of the wrongs, for some of the ills that culminates in the floods that we have, if we as human beings just do some simple basic things right, we'll be alive. Now, I want to know from you, what do you think the do's and don'ts are when the rain is pouring heavy? What are the do's and don'ts? How do we apply them? And is there anything you'd like to bring to the attention of those in authority? Because listen, lives lost cannot be brought back. I remember when the president during COVID said that, we can bring back the economy, but we can't bring back lives. So therefore, we needed to adhere to the protocols so that we would all be alive. Now, if you did not adhere to the protocols, I'm sure that you will not be alive right now. So we can't bring back lives, but we can do certain things right. And also, I want to hear from you. I mean, what do you like to put before authorities? As I speak right now, we have the regional NADMO boss with us again in the studios. And he's here to, tell us what has gone wrong. How come after the 7th of June's conversation, we have lost 7 lives? Frank, good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Our WhatsApp number you can send your concerns to is 055 1111995. It's 055 1111995. We are live on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM, and you can also join us on Facebook. So, but before we even talk about the loss of lives, On Wednesday, it's going to be a holiday because the Eid will be observed by our Muslim brothers and sisters, and it's the sacrifice of, is it meat? They give out a lot of meat. Now we have heard about this anthrax. What is the situation like in Kumasi? What plans do we have going forward so that if Wednesday they decide to slaughter meat and give the meat out to people, we'll be safe?
Thank you. Good for starting with this question. I had wanted to talk about it, I don't know. But the interesting thing is the imams, chiefs, and some early peoples within the Zongo communities, including even the regional chief imam, they've had a meeting with the veterinary officers, and there are procedure or advice being carried out there that people should take note, so that come Wednesday, the sacrifices that our Muslim brothers and sisters will be having as part of their festivity, it will be a thing that we wouldn't have these issues that is associated with these animals. What is happening is in every community or areas where they will be doing the sacrifice, it's being advised that your cow, sheep, or goat needs to be brought home 3 days before the day that you're going to sacrifice. Why? Within that 3 days stipulated, you'll be able to study the animal to know if there are some symptoms associated with these that we are discussing. If you are able to draw the veterinary attention, it will be examined. And within the 3 days, all animals being brought with the intention that they are going to use for the sacrifice. The veterinary officers are ready. As I speak to you today, most will be out there. What they will be doing is they will be examining these animals. Having examined them, they are going to let you know what you should look out for, some of the same things, so that once you get to know this thing that I'm having a funny feeling of, you wouldn't go in. And also, on the Wednesday, they will be there. Once the animals are being sacrificed, there will be some inspections that they will be undertaking. This is something that we are appealing to our Muslim brothers and sisters. The life is very precious and is very important. Let us all, as the elders in the Zongo communities, the chiefs and the imams have come together and putting up measures of such so that we will have an incident free after this festivity. Let us all try, then buy into the idea and make sure that any animal that you will be sacrificing will be examined by a veterinary officer, and after also will be saved done by the officer before it being consumed.
But most importantly, for those of you who would be sacrificing these animals, make sure that you cook them very, very well. We're talking about anthrax, and if care is not taken, even when you have a sore on your skin and you get close to these animals that are infected, you can get infected yourself,
yes,
and you can die.
Yes.
So be guarded, be mindful of anthrax. It's quite dangerous. So, Frank, 7th of June, we had you in our studios. And listen, if you join us on Facebook, you will see, flood situations. It's terrible. On the 7th of June, when we had our conversation, we were patting ourselves in the back. Where I was, personally happy and excited about the fact that we've had rains come down, heavy as it was at the time. We had not heard about any major flooding, let alone loss of lives. And between the 7th and today, 7 lives have been lost?
Yes.
Tell us about these 7. What happened?
Dave, it's rather unfortunate. If you recall, on the 7th, at your studio here, I made mention that yes, we could say we are happy that much of the rains have come down, but we've not had any incident. But there are more to be done, and we shouldn't sit back than say that is all. Why? Because much rains are being expected, and as you see from the 7th to today, there are a lot, and how the rains comes down are very, very heavy rains. On the Wednesday being 21st night, the rains that came down, we did not had a good news. Why? Because you go to Tafo there, we have a 6-year-old child playing with its ball, then it got into the rain, he chased it, and he was carried away. And the question is, where were the parents? Because at that moment, how the rain was coming down, lightning and all that, as a parent, what are you supposed to do? You should even have your kids indoors.
But should it be only parents? Don't we have adults around who could also caution the child and say,
yes, Dave, you see, when the rains come, it doesn't get flooded instantly. It takes time. And my question is, at that moment, for that longer time, for even that particular area to get flood, where were the parents? What came into their mind? Were they looking for the child? If the child had gone out to play, and the lightning and the thunder that was coming, were they not interested to look for the child? I come to Ebuakwa Sepasi Besiansi. There also we had a gentleman about 57 years who was also going. I'm told he's a lotto agent going to close Hicks lottery, and on a bridge he was also carried away when the bridge had flooded. He also decided and challenged himself that he wanted to pass through, then was carried away.
But was the bridge in a good shape?
That particular bridge, after the incident, I have seen people agitating and coming out with issues, and I wouldn't say it's a good bridge.
It's not a good bridge. It wasn't strong.
It wasn't strong. But at the end of the day, we have stronger bridges which are being overflown, and what do? You wait for it. The key thing is to wait. Come to Athafua, a 45 years old. He also with a bicycle. It's very interesting.
The 57 and the 47-year-old. So the elder brother is the 57, the younger brother is the
57 at Sepasi is different. The 57.
Which one was the brother who bought the cycle?
That is where I'm coming to. That's Athafua one.
Yeah.
That Athafua on the Wednesday evening, a 47 year old.
47, yeah. His brother is 57.
57.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The 47, he was then riding the bicycle. You went there, you saw trucks, vans, and all there, and they were even shouting out for you to go. He decided to pass through, and he was also carried away with the bicycle. So we had 3 passing on the same Wednesday night, and on Thursday, when we decided to do the rescue and search with other agencies, at Atafua, whilst my guys had gone in there, they were called back. That looking at the situation, there is the need for some pacification to be done before they carry out with the search.
Because we had purification to be done before.
Yes, because in most cases, if we go at the end of the rains, what we do is we follow the stream, the pattern. We follow both. We look at both left and right. We have a rescue team, a search team that will be looking for the body. If we found out that we are not getting it, that is where rituals will be poured. Because some of the bodies you wouldn't find it that way. It will be rather in the river. And once those things are done, it comes out. So when they did the pacification, there was this woman, which I presume that it might be a fetish. Then she decided, she spoke out. It has not been accepted. Whilst we together with fire were looking out for divers, that once it's being done, we could go or carry it on. The one who was carried away by the stream on the Wednesday evening, the brother who is also 57, decided that I don't know what came over him, and the families were all there. There were a lot of people there that the pacification was being done, that we wanted it to be done. Then we carried on with the search. Then he also dived in. Less than 5 seconds, we could not see the gentleman. Less than 5 seconds. That brought the dead bodies to 4 on Thursday morning. And you see, whilst we were on the search, we had the brother around 1 something, and the pacification was being done. The second time, we got the brother close to 4 p.m. thereof. And what baffles me, then I don't get it and understand this. The 6-year-old child that was carried away by the stream, my staff, my own very staff, who is the operations officer at TAFO, who gave me the details, and I was talking to on the Thursday morning, which even your journalists could attest, was giving me details on the report and the happening. Also on Friday, his second family, it's behind Diase there, going to Antoine Road there. He was going to visit them. You went, and at Diase, the bridge also have overflown. I don't know what came into him. A gentleman that you are with us, I will tell you and pour my chest out for this young guy, Sule. The way the gentleman could educate when we get to the mosque, how vibrant he is, and he also decided, his case was, he had then even been able to cross almost at the other end, but the engine of the motor break down. Instead of him leaving the motor there, he decided that he wanted to force the motor out of the river, and he was also carried away. On that same Friday at Atafua, we had this truck driver who was also going, and some guys get on board. He got there. The workers that are at Atafua that are constructing the bridge, one safety officer was even telling him not to come, not for the truck to. He decided not to heed to that. Then he also drive through, and these 2 guys also went off the truck. One had been found, the other it's missing, and we are still on the search. That brings the total to 7, And if you look at all these situations, what is it, Dave? NADMO, our key is prevention. That is the reason why no matter good bridges that will be constructed, the amount of rains that are coming, and the encroachment that we don't want to stay off, no matter how the situation is, with good drains, with good bridges, we are going to have flooding. It's going to overflow because with the climate change and the changes in the weather, much rains are being expected. So what do we need to do?
Have you given enough education to people?
Dave, very interesting. I was here on the 7th, and in our discussion, I was giving you the details. I don't know if by chance you could talk to some of the kids, they will tell you, even in their schools, we go low as the basic schools.
What do you tell them?
To educate them.
What do you tell them?
We tell them the do's and the don'ts.
Like
that when the rains come down, when it's about to rain, there are early warning signs that do comes. When parents and teachers, you get to know that what you do is spare the timing. If school have not closed, you don't leave the kids or close the school. You keep them behind. No matter the time that is going to take, let the kids behind. Their lives is important too. When you close from school, we are in the rainy season, which we are expecting heavy rains. What you need to do is get focused in going home. And in going home, you don't play around drains. When you see flood water, you don't decide to cross. If you close and you are going home and the rain catch you on midway, the best thing to do is find a good place to stand. At the end of the day, when the rains come down and even you are going, don't try to cross anywhere that you see is flood, because the waves that we see in these flooding is not as we see with our eye.
Is it because so do we ignore some of these education and information because we think that looking at the volume of the flood waters, we can manage?
That is it. Let me put it. Look, one like my officer, you go out there, you educate, you are part, you know the do's and don'ts. What will push you? It means you are challenging yourself.
No, but again, like I said, you might look at the volumes of water. You might think, oh, they say, that
is it. Dave, at times, even the volume of water, just your foot, when you step in, you could see part of your foot. But you don't challenge such. Because rivers and streams are such that you cannot determine the speed of it with your eye.
Let me throw this other question in. NADMO is supposed to not just to go there and give out tents and buckets and booters and stuff.
Not at all. Not at all.
Among your responsibilities is to prevent.
That is a key.
Prevent disaster from happening. So let's talk about Atrima Wabeja South, where the MP was hooted at because somebody had lost his life because they've talked about a poor state of a bridge there and all that. Did you know about this poor state of this bridge?
It was after, since I got to the region, it was after that it was brought to my attention that there is this weak bridge that overflowed, then it carried the gentleman.
If you knew about this weak bridge, what would you have done?
The action, you go in, then you get the proper documentation of it, put on a report. We submit to the right agencies through the regional minister, who is chairman for the regional disaster committee. You submit it. So being it urban roads and that, we route it through the regional minister. At the regional level, that is a practice. At the district level, you do right, you bring to the attention of the chief executive. Then the urban roads, high roads also, you do bring it to the attention.
So when you bring it to the attention, what do you expect to be done for the bridge to be fixed, or what exactly?
What do we expect? It's the agencies, as a matter of agency or emergency, we attend to it. They will move in to work on.
If you write to them and they don't work upon it, the bridge is still at in a state where it can cause trouble. What do you still do? Because the prevention ought to take place.
What we do is we put signs, like the case of in Shiayeso, where the Gracefield Bridge is. If you go, you get to know that I have these boulders, about 7, that I've mounted there. I talked about it the last time. They're looking at it. A time may come that we will close that road.
So why don't you close bridges? If we know that authorities, although you have written to, have not acted upon fixing the bridge and still take human life, why don't you say, okay, so per your analysis and per the fact that you want to prevent a disaster from happening, nobody should use this bridge?
You see, that particular bridge, I've not gone to look at it. From what the report they are given, it's a bridge weak, but they still use it. And if it rains, and even with these drains that we do have, there are places, if not been there before you are driving, you might not know. You might think that it's a covered area, that just the flood is just passing through, so you decide to walk over it, that will be carried away. For those that are there knows that the bridge, the state of it.
Yeah,
but
and
what we do
that's why they
we
attack
go
the
in
MP.
there, we target. We put signs, warning signs over there. Haven't done the first step that I told you. We put warning signs there. But the interesting thing is, NADMO cannot stand there. We'll be standing in the rain when it's raining and the place is flooding, and we'll be stopping you that don't come. No, we wouldn't do that. We also need to prevent or save our lives.
But is there no other way by which you can prevent people from using such weak bridges?
I had to close it.
Yeah, so you don't have to be there when it's raining.
You see, from the Friday, it's been a challenge. Friday, the Saturday. Yesterday, we have pocket of rains at various places. I had to get home like 1 p.m. thereof. Today, there are a lot of engagement, but somewhere after 11 or 12, when I have the Adua of Sule, that is what I've been told this morning. Right from there, we will be going to Sepasi once again.
Let me
and with Sepasi, let me bring in this.
Let me acknowledge the presence of Kwame Ofori Ajiman, on our phone lines. Kwame Ofori Ajiman is somebody who has always helped us. He's a district meteorological officer. Kwame, good morning to you. Thanks very much for your time, and we'll be getting to you shortly, sir.
All right, David. I'm on standby.
Thank you very much, Kwame. All right, so let's hear you.
Dave, the interesting thing is, I don't know the perception that people have. You see, our core work is prevention and education. Anytime there is disaster, thereafter, we undertake an assessment. If we have other things to support, like get the people that are flooded, give them a safe place, put them somewhere, mattresses support them, we go and we
Will you agree with me?
But in this case,
you talk about that one, you talk about it. Will you agree with me when I say, for example, that you have failed to do your job if a weak bridge causes the loss of lives?
Not.
Because you are there to prevent it from happening.
Thank you.
As to how you get data as to weak bridges and all, it's up to you to do that and ensure that prevention takes place. So once there's no prevention, you have failed.
Not at all. There were preventions because on that particular area, there are education. I even have a zonal member there, that education in that said community. And not that they don't know.
That bridge that we're talking about, that made the people of
Sepasi hooted at the
MP here. Is that bridge still going to be used as we speak?
Dave, from here, like I said, I have to witness it.
Is that bridge still going to be used?
That is the exercise which is no.
Is the bridge going to be used?
It's supposed to be closed.
The bridge is supposed to be closed.
It's supposed to be closed. If I go there,
we knew there was a challenge with the bridge. The residents of the area have complained about the bridge, and yet what we didn't.
Not as I know. That is why I said it had not been brought to my attention. I've not received any report of such from there.
Okay.
So I wouldn't speak to say I wasn't the known. It was there after that my regional operations team followed up after my staffs have been hooted at. And even they were beaten. Some of them were beaten.
Because
they were there to take an assessment.
Of the bridge.
And they were beaten.
Because they came late. You don't build bridges, but you can close bridges.
Yes,
you can stop bridges from being used. So once that is not done, the residents will be angry at you. I think I'm over.
The challenge is, as I sit here, I don't know the nature. If it's a link road, if it's a major road on the main street that is weak, I wouldn't know.
I hear you.
If it's a branch, I wouldn't know. Maybe, let's talk of it. It might be a branch of a bridge that one would want to cross. In those branches, when you close outright, if it's not something that you know that any car goes through, it will slap, they might decide to do. No matter the warning signs that you put there, you will not be standing there. People will definitely use it.
I hear you.
When my staffs were hooted at, and the MP was coming in to even talk to them, that were beaten, that was when the MP was hooted at.
I hear you. Let's go to the phone lines and speak to our metro officer, the metro officer on the line, Kwame Ofori Ajiman. Kwame, once again, good morning and thanks very much for your time. So the last time we spoke, we have had heavy rains without major floods nor deaths. Has anything changed in terms of the heavy rains?
Yeah, thank you, David, and good morning to your listeners, and thank you for having me. David, I think the last time we spoke was on the 7th of June, and by so doing, we had entered the rainy season because, like I said, in the month of June, we have the peak of the rainy season. But then recently, like I said, things have changed. Climate change is in existence. So unlike the previous years, June has not actually produced a higher frequency when it comes to rainy days. Because if I'm to get my records right, as for yesterday, we've recorded about 9 rainy days in the month of June, which is highly unlikely because looking at previous years, June could produce about 20 to 23 rainy days out of the 30 days. So looking at situations regarding that of Friday and then Saturday, I think these are flash floods. And then it's the usual thing we've been experiencing, except that anthropogenic situations have changed. So I think we are still within the boundaries of the rainy season, similar to the fact that June is producing and then giving it a utmost best when it comes to these rains. So,
if I listen to you carefully,
nothing has really changed with regards to the month of June, except that rainy days and climate change have actually affected some situations in the atmosphere. Yeah.
Kwame, is it to suggest that we would have longer rains even into the month of July? Instead of, let's say, the rains ending by first or second week of July, it might go to the third or fourth week of July. Is that what is likely to happen?
Yes, David, climatologically, looking at how situations are faring, I did quite a small research as of last week, and I realized due to the fact that June wasn't able to produce a higher amount, or let me say higher frequency of rainy days, I think it's until recently that June is going to elapse, and then we are seeing higher signs of downpour. So there's a high probability that it will extend to the third week of July. Because backtracking to previous years, in the middle sector, especially Ashanti region and Kumasi, we realize that second week of July is when we see the rain subsiding in Kumasi. So you see very few or little rainy patterns, or let me say fewer rains compared to the previous, which actually gives heavier ones. So you'll be seeing these few slight rains to be precise. Yeah. So it will extend to the third week of July.
I hear you. Tell me this, Kwame. Tell me this. You are able to read the pattern as to whether we're going to have heavy rains or otherwise. Yeah. Do people in higher positions, our authorities, do they fall on you to ascertain from you the kind of rain pattern or rain volumes we're going to have and plan accordingly? Do they come to you and ask questions? Do contractors come to you and ask questions as to what we should be expecting?
Yeah, David, for NADMO, I mentioned that NADMO is our first point of call when it comes to these issues. And also we release quarterly seasonal forecast. Aside the annual seasonal forecast, regularly we release the quarter seasonal forecast, and then these information are given to stakeholders, NADMO, the Ministry of Agriculture, and any other stakeholders that seem to be interested in this data or information. So yes, aside the fact that they reach out to us, we also reach out to them and then just.
But from where you sit, do you think they make use of the information you give them?
That is the question. For NADMO, I can attest to it that NADMO obviously and definitely they make use. But for other stakeholders, and then for Ministry of Food and Agriculture, I know they make use of these relevant data. But for any other stakeholder, let's say EPA, I can't speak for EPA unless they are supposed to answer these questions as to whether they make use of this information. Because we make it available to them every now and then with seasonal weather warnings for NADMO. Anytime there's a weather warning, NADMO is aware, we send it through their mails, and whatever means they are supposed to get it to make informed decisions on flood-prone areas.
Well, I ask this because it surprises me when you realize that even around the rainy season, some contractors want to fix bridges. Some contractors want to, expand what do you call it, storm drains. It beats my mind that why couldn't they work with you, get the right information, and apply it accordingly?
Yes, David. Recently, this case of Atapua, I think the contractor came to my office seeking for relevant information to, excavate. So I think I gave him the necessary information, and I don't know whether it's proximity, whether it's timing, whether it's money-wise. That is why they are always in a haste. Because normally I always advise that in the rainy season, it is not always advisable to be constructing roads, except for the fact that maybe you need these rains or you need these downpours to make decisions on the kind of drains or let me say bridges you want to construct. Yes, we get this information. Yes, we see them being in a history. I mean, do whatever is expected of them. But normally, these things should be done in the dry season. So when they come to me, I always advise that, look, the month of June is not a it cannot be trusted when it comes to giving out some period of dryness for you to do whatever is expected of you, because we are in the monsoon rains. Each and every now and then we could have some localized development, and then you have it. Yes, you see them doing whatever. I don't know whether they have other expertise when it comes to these meteorological phenomena, because I normally advise that it's not advisable.
So Kwame, I mean, my last question to you is this: from every indication, we're supposed to expect more rains. Give us 3 key advice that can help us stay alive.
Thank you, David. I think this advice boils down to the fact that we human beings, I don't know why we underestimate water. One question I always ask, layman question I always ask, that if a ship could actually sit on water, how much more you, the human being? Let me make reference to this Atapua case where someone anticipated that, I could actually pass through this stream or let me say waterway, and then he got carried away. So one thing I would advise is that we should stay away from streams and rivers. If there's even an iota of rain causing flooding, in spite of the fact that you even know the route, stay away. And my advice always goes to the children, the parents and children. You know, even these recent happenings are even in relation to adults. So parents, when there's any downpour, and then let's say the school has no closed, even if the school has closed, you advise the teachers to advise that the people will stay away until there's this subsidence of these drains, or let me say this stream, before, so that you see the passage before you can actually cross. Because these are flash floods. The torrents to which these currents, or let me say these streams are moving, are quite higher. You can't see with your eyes. Perhaps there is something you can't see the waterway. But there's even a gutter down there. You could actually step in it, get confused, and then before you realize you're carried away.
So Kwame, give me one more. Give me one more very quickly, Kwame.
Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kwame, as well. Kwame Ferejman is a meteorological officer, and he joined us. More rains to come. Even today, we're going to have passing showers with overcast from now even up till the evening. What concerns do you have? I mean, how come parents are not living up to the expectation? How come parents are allowing their children to play in rainwaters, play around drains? This 6-year-old boy that was carried away, if the parents or any adult in the area was a bit vigilant, who could have saved his life, prevented him from dying.
Hey, you know, last Thursday when I came to Christian service, you know, there was a heavy downpour.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So after I took a car, you know, going home, and right in front of Dr. Tana's residence, there was, you know, that place is very bad now. So the taxi, the bolt driver attempted to pass through the rain. I was like, Massa, patrol sign. Yeah. You know, why do you have to risk it?
Yes,
it's just common sense.
What's you and so
yeah, man, see.
But Frank, when you go to some of these places where the disasters have occurred, and you say you want to go through rituals before you get into the rainwater, you know, to find the dead bodies and all that, what do you really do? Before you get into the water, what do you really do?
That is not always the case, that libation or rituals will be performed. After the rains, the search and rescue team, we are on. Since
when you say you're on, that's not my concern. My question, let me put it this way. Do you go there with life jackets?
When we go in, we have life jackets.
Do you use the life jackets?
Yes, you see it's on. And the interesting thing is, most of the bodies that we've been packing, about 98%, you wouldn't find them in the stream. Once they are washed away, they'll be somewhere
but I
in the farms along the stream.
I asked that question about the life jacket because this elder brother of this 47-year-old who wanted to really jump in there, I'm thinking that if you have life jackets available, maybe somebody would give him one. So
Dave, with this one, nobody told him to do that, and that wasn't his work. Yours is, as a family, you have to come and witness. Wait,
when you say that's not his work, don't we have situations or instances where you fall on the locals to jump in
yes,
there
we
and
do.
help.
We do. But you don't have any expertise. Even NADMO and fire team at that moment, we were looking for divers. At the end of the day, if we
these divers, do you give them life jackets?
Yes, we have life jackets that they wear on.
Do you have some kind of, is it a boat or something I can call, something that will help you, stay afloat as well? Is there anything?
No, we don't have boats within here. When it does happen, we fall on experts. Like about 4 years ago.
People who can actually swim.
Yes, 4 years ago, we fall on an expert from the Lake Road when we have the order for a longer stretch. It travels all the areas.
That is when you're looking for. That's when you're looking for dead bodies. And listeners, you can call us now.
Even that one, it wasn't dead bodies. It was rescue. We are rescuing people in a building.
So how
we have to bring them in.
So how do we rescue people who are being carried away by flood waters? I asked this question again based on what happened somewhere last year around this place. What do you call that place? Oh, come on. Asokore Mampo.
Yes.
Where the guy plays a call to the wife that Charlie, so they make on another day. There are people around who were able to save his life. So how do we save lives? What should be done when somebody's been carried away by flood?
This is the situation. When you are carried away instantly, and there is any blockage which will save you, the possibility that we could rescue you is there. But once carried away, then you are not even seen. The case, when someone doesn't see you, in the case of this gentleman, immediately he dived in. He was nowhere to be found. He was nowhere to be found. Not that he was even waving the hand. He was just nowhere to be found.
03220-83597, 83598. I mean, let's be each other's keeper. Let's share ideas. Let's talk about this because it could be anybody's life. It could be your own children. It could be your own partner. It could be your own brother. It could be anybody's life. So let's all talk. I mean, and there's this place I talked to you about the last time when we had a conversation at Daban.
Yes.
Where there's a big trench and people are saying it's dangerous. I don't know whether you've done something about it.
Is it not the Graceful?
No, I come sure. No, not that one. This is Daban. Erasmus is on the line. Hi, Erasmus. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, David.
Welcome, sir. Let's hear you, boss.
Yeah, David. Sometimes I ask certain pertinent questions. Do we have leaders in this country? That is one. And if we do, my second question is, do they learn when they travel outside? If they do, then I don't see why we should have these problems always recurring. I think the other day I sent you of what happened at Race Cross. It wasn't even raining. The bridge just caved in. Now, everywhere in Kumasi, I've been going round with my own floor. When it rained on Saturday, David, most places were just getting flooding. In KUST campus, there is a bridge that is caving in. If it had rained yesterday, it would have been a disaster. And yet we have people who call themselves leaders, whom we pay our taxes to. It's unfortunate, I have to say, we don't have leaders in this country, David. And if these things are going to continue this way, I think we have no future. Please, our leaders should rise up. They should act like their colleagues out.
Our leaders should rise up and act properly. That's what Erasmus is saying. 03220-83596, 83597, 83598. You can also call us. Kofi, let's hear you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bruni. You see, anytime I speak on your show, you find my submission attacking. But it is not. The last time this gentleman came to your studio, I told you that we haven't experienced heavy rain yet, rain that will fall for a longer period. We haven't experienced them yet. That is why we are not seeing any casualty. Now here we are. He made mention of some gutters being destroyed, some drains being destroyed, and what. And he said he has them on the paper. He didn't bring them to the studio. And I asked him, then what was his business in the studio? Now here is the reality. He's just there doing nothing, taking salary for free. Talking is the order of the day for these people. We have a long way to go. as Ghanaians, if we don't change our mind, if you can't do the job, let somebody who can do it comes and do it. You don't come and talk whilst we see people die. I say,
I hear you, Kofi. When we're done, you can respond to it. Don't worry. Christoph is next on the line, but before Christoph talks, 03-220-83596, 83597, and 83598. What concerns you have? The rains are going to come heavy. What advice have you given to your children? What would you want to say to ensure that lives are protected and saved? Christoph, good morning, and let's hear you, sir.
Yeah, good morning, David. How are you, sir?
I'm well, okay, sir. Thanks for asking.
David, are we not sure that next year, by the same time, we'll still not be talking about this? That is the problem, David. Not more. I think that the name should be changed to something like NAPMO or something, like National Disaster Prevention and Management something. You see, so they wait till something happens, then they say we are going to manage, we are going to give them relief, and all that. It is not done. I think the name should be changed. They should aim at the prevention rather than the curing. David, I want to say with that Tafwa Bridge, you see, I don't know why they waited till now, to the rainy season, because you are doing such a project. Because in civil engineering, David, you see, when you do a fund, you must wait till it hardens before you can put on another thing. But you are doing this thing in the rainy season. How will it go in terms of, instead of going up early for people to use that place? David, if it rains, even 10 minutes, those in Barakasi, Sofia, Ushim, and Malfrom, they can't get to Abrepo. Those in Abrepo, Boshan, Abrepo Junction, Bantama, they can't come. It put a huge gap between these two communities. And I'm saying, with such a project, we should wait till now. David, we are just thanking them. You see, look, people should be responsible now. Don't put your life in the life of any leader or any MP or any DC. Look, do your thing according to how you and your children will be safe.
That is the advice from Christoph. Do the right thing. Stay safe out there. Nana Kweku, good morning.
Good morning. The purpose of radio is to inform, educate, and enlighten people. You see, issue and farmer sign. Issue and farmer sign. Even the developed countries, America, US, and even Japan, and all those places, it gets flooded. It is our own way of being that STUPPPPDT of the Ghanaian, thinking that it's pointing fingers at people. Whereas ourselves, why is it raining and you go and test yourself that you want to pass through the rain? And then at the end of the day, we come and blame people. Why? Because if it's raining, you did not force yourself to be in the river or get into a gutter, and then you're saying those kids that were playing. This is Mobimba and in Bono. You see the family coming to attack you. So everyone is watching you or himself, because if you don't want to go against someone, and even if you come and have a cane line on the body, they will put it on social YouTube or whatever, social network, and then you come and be blamed. Why is the child is sick, dead? So everyone is preventing something from occurring to him or her. So this rains, we did not test ourselves being in the rain. Look, the rain will still come every time, but we need to be preventing these things from happening to ourselves. Don't go into the rain when it's raining.
Don't go into the rain when it's raining. Nana Kweku there. George, good morning.
Good morning, David. How are you?
I'm well, George. Let's hear you, sir.
Thank you, David. The other day you were excited because rain have fallen and water have not carried anyone away. Like the problem have been solved. Now that water have started carrying us, David, we vote for people to solve our problems. But they cannot solve the problem. They are even unable to manage the problems. You see, a bridge is destroyed. The solution is, fix the bridge. Now, all the time, David, this will happen, and we'll call them. They will come and talk and talk and talk and talk in vain. As one of my brothers said, do we really have leaders in this country? David, we vote for people. into power. We solve our their problems, and they cannot solve us. Ours. We vote for them. We give them free transport. We rent houses for them. We pay their electricity bills and water bills, and they can't. And they are not doing anything. David, this country, the way it is going, God is our savior. Thank you, David.
Thank you very much, George. Our final caller is in Alex. Hi, Alex. Good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Alex.
When that both before coming to the city, it's another thing. You see, the last time when he came on the show, I asked about the project at TUC, and then he said it has been rezoned. So I asked myself, so if something is wrong and it is rezoned, does this take away the wrong aspect of that project? We have filled all the places that is supposed to hold the water in the city. And when it rains, what else do we expect? Instead of preventing these structures from coming up in the first place, we wait and we rezone and people pay money and they put structures there. And then at the end of the day, the taxpayer money is supposed to be used to prevent some of these things. So it cannot be prevented in any way because the places that are demarcated to hold the water have been sold and developed. So if we go this way, Ghana will not get anywhere. If we talk about the other countries getting flooded, it is not this type of rain that flood those countries. So if those issues should happen in Ghana here, I tell you, we will all not find ourselves anywhere. So please, the leaders in this country should sit up, especially the technocrats. They are in the offices and then they are being tossed around by the politicians. They are not doing their work. When the politicians speak, they keep quiet because they are afraid to lose their work. If they are afraid, they should leave those offices so that people who are ready to face the politicians come and occupy those offices.
Thank you very much, Alex, for the call. And let's go on to WhatsApp right now. There's a message, isn't there?
Yes, and this one says, "Good morning, David. It's so disheartening hearing that we have already lost lives to floods due to common sense. I think we should continue advising people to value their lives more and not to attempt to rescue anyone if we are not an expert. Thanks, my greetings to Kojo Frank, the Nammo boss. That is the name we called him when we were growing up at Kwadaso. She says she's Yabeki."
But you like this message, don't you? I mean, you kept, when the callers and the conversation was ongoing, you kept asking, why will people risk their lives?
Yeah.
So there's a bridge, whether weak or firm or strong.
Yeah.
If it's been flooded,
yeah.
Why risk your life to go through?
I mean, the thing that I always say is, these are forces of nature. No matter what you do, you cannot really fight against a force of nature. For example, the Ofin River, for instance, every year it floods. As I'm talking to you now, it has overflown its banks. But in a cycle of every 4 years, that overflow is doubled. So if you have bridges, good bridges or bad bridges, these things are bound to happen. So the best thing is, take care of your life. Make sure that when it happens, you
don't challenge yourself.
Yeah,
Dave, look, Kofi and the likes. I'm not sure the rains being caused by NADMO. I'm not sure these bridges broken down being caused by NADMO. As individuals, ask NADMO, our key work is prevention. Having undertaken much education and all that, the rest is left up to us individually. That we heed to the advice and the education that we are given. If we fail, then at the end of the day, look at all these ones that we had. None of them that the place got flooded or the bridge or the stream went to their houses. It's a challenge. Challenging yourself that you could cross. What will you do when it's raining? You wouldn't stop. You wouldn't find a place safe, but you would decide to go through.
Leo, please.
Good morning, David, and good morning to your listeners. This is Kojo from Bomso. The issue I have with NADMO, you understand, you go into a community and you're now looking for divers. A whole NADMO. It seems they themselves, they don't train divers. So they don't have employees who are divers. You go into a community and are now looking for divers. And even when you get there and you get divers, and why can't you recruit some of these people so that they become your staff?
Charlie, they still look for divers.
Yeah, very important. It's something that, especially in the central region and Greater Accra, we do have But when you come to the Ashanti region, this is something that we need not to be witnessing much. Because in Ashanti region here, we have the streams, or we are not witnessing much of the flood acts we are seeing today. So it'd be something that will be considered.
Frank, I want you to do me a favor. Go around there, or get your lieutenants to go around and ascertain or check for us weak bridges.
Sure.
Fill us in. We don't just write reports. When you write those reports, fill us in with the bridges that are weak, that you think ought to be worked on. Let's also sit in here and raise it with the appropriate authorities to ask them when those bridges will be fixed. Okay? Because if weak bridges are not fixed, they'll create the problems. Aside from that, as individuals, don't challenge yourself.
Even the bridges are fixed.
Don't challenge yourself.
Challenge the
water has a lot of strength.
It's a force of nature.
And if you toy with water, it will show you lessons that you will never forget in your life. If you're not lucky, you will die and you will not even learn that lesson. So we've been told again this morning that the rains are going to come down heavy. We know what to do. Let's do them. Well, let's talk about Weedy Locks. Now, it's a company that sells security doors in Ghana. Their doors come straight from Israel, and they have internal doors and external doors for you. Now, the doors are elegant, the doors are affordable and durable. Now, it has gladiator locking systems. We're talking about 13 bolts lock all round into the galvanized steel frame. Their doors do not make noise when opened or closed, which does not allow bad people to monitor the movement of people in the house. It is specifically coated with powder paint to avoid peeling of paint. It weighs over 60 kg for a single door. It comes in single, large, 1.5 and double doors. Now you can also order for special height doors. The doors are made of galvanized steel, so it is rust-free. At Weedy Locks, keys are coded with 5 keys per door, which cannot be duplicated by anybody. Now, if you want peace of mind, security at home, office, banks, warehouses, go straight to Weedy Locks to have a door that lasts so long without replacement. There is a special offer ongoing for architects, for building contractors, and real estate developers. Contact Weedy Locks showroom at Kwama off the Daban Sokoban Road, or you can call or send them a WhatsApp to 050-87777755 or 0575-777-755. Weedy Locks will protect what matters most. In a bit, we'll be crossing over to Joy 99.7, where today the conversation is going to be centered on Ascend North. You know that by-election is supposed to take place tomorrow, and that's the conversation coming up on the Super Morning Show on Ascend North. Well, Syntex is a market leader in water tanks in Ghana. Now, they have sizes ranging from 100 liters up to 25,000 liters. Now, you are sure to have the size you need for your business or for your home. It's available in many different colors at no extra cost. Syntex has just launched a new Syntex Pure Gallon tank, still the strength of a Syntex tank with an affordable price. Get yours today from Syntex agents nationwide. Now, did you also know that Syntex doesn't just do tanks? Well, Syntex is your one-stop shop for all your plastic packaging needs. Call them now, 050-5555-666 to find out more, or send a message on their social media at Syntex Ghana. Syntex, you're strong, you're tough. Now, Charlie, people are winning. They are winning big on 590 mobile just by dialing star 959 hash selecting the game of the day, be it like this Monday special all the way to Sunday Asida. But it be like, say, boys don't know the rundown. Listen, make I tell you, since you play via Momo, your winnings are paid also via Momo same day, and this kind of excitement, they make the boys, they talk too much. See, make I tell you something. That girlfriend you want to tell, say you win 519 mobile, just imagine all the type of hair, clothes, and bags she could buy just to sweep your account empty. Imagine if your mother gets to know, she will give half the winnings to the church harvest, and not even to speak about the boys. All the booze for town, you go buy a more. So, Charlie, you for know, say money changes people, so keep your winnings on the hash. Always remember to stake responsibly, not for persons below the age of 18 years. 519 mobile, Edda 17. Let me tell you about CBG. They've got some great news for people out there. Are you an SME business owner, school, hospital, church, club, association? At CBG, we understand that every city counts when you are working to grow your business. That is why we have designed this interest-bearing business account that gives you true value for money. CBG Business Plus account offers you attractive interest rates, access to checkbooks, USSD banking, local and international cards, alerts, internet banking, the CBG mobile app, CBG money voucher platform, and top-notch relationship management. Walk into any of our 114 branches nationwide to get your Business Plus account today. For more information, you can call 0302-216-000. Don't toy with your business. Grow the business. Send a mail to info@cbg.com.gh or visit the website www.cbg.com.gh. or on all other social media handles like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. CBG is available there. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you. Now, Yellow Asanteman Yasinabo, it's been an amazing Ashanti Fest 2023 on MTN, and the fun is not over yet. Now, for all our lovely people in Asanteman, we are still showing you loads of love and showering you with great offers. So this Ashanti Fest, dial *141# to enjoy up to 1 gigabyte extra data when you buy your unique data bundles on MTN just for you. This is a special offer just for you, lovely people of Asanteman. Or say Chrome 4. Ashanti Fest be brutal. Come, let's have fun. Stay connected everywhere you go.
So, are you an FMCG or retail distributor looking to expand your business? We have great news for you. CBL West Africa, producers of the Munchie range of biscuits, are opening their doors to distributors across the country. If you're a businessman or woman with over 1 year experience in the distribution of fast-moving goods, an adequate storage facility, and at least one vehicle, then this is your chance to be an authorized CBL Munchie distributor. Interested candidates should contact us on 0244-856141 for more information. Munchie, munch into happiness.
All right, so let's take a break, and then when the feed is on, we'll cross over to Joy 99.7 for that conversation on the by-election that comes up tomorrow at Asin North.
Royal Foam promotion, Royal Foam. Yes, it's in your muscle. You bet your bill free. Get 10% discount.
Oh la la! Ghana for Muntie, a day. Where the Atadwe Yatidene Royal Foam Ghana Limited is saving Kanche Ghana for. Say Eneya Obia Etutun Yemono, Omodi Omonti yo. Royal Foam Ghana for at a 10% discount. Afriso. Nempono mattress Bia Obeto Afri Royal Foam Ghana Limited Hono. Yema pillow free. This is your time. Wonso Umreni. E was Royal Foam mattress Edaso. Na winya hontoso. For Royal Foam Ghana, it was 020-227-1000. Enjoy Royal Foam Ghana Limited for a mattress number 1 inch.
Royal Foam Anarege Kayo.
Kikadie Royal Foam for Atitibeni Sukra.
Royal Foam Ghana Limited would the Jipata.
Royal Foam still leading.
Get 10% discount.
The other day, as I was in my kitchen preparing my special jollof made with lily rice for my family, I heard a knock at the door. It was my mechanic. Instead of calling me to pick my car, he bought it himself. I said, "Sure." He said, "F4." I said, "Take the car back. I will come and pick it myself." As I turned off the fire from under the lily jollof, there was another knock at the door. It was my neighbor. I said, neighbor. He said, "F4, my dog has jammed your wall again, oh." I said, "Don't be silly. You don't have a dog." My wife Ekis came home and we saw that he enjoyed. So, it was my pastor. He said, "Bless you." I said, "Bless you too." He said, "Did he come to church on Saturday?" I said, "Acho, but why are you coming to tell me this on Wednesday?"
Having to fend off visitors at mealtimes because of Lele's tasty aromatic rice? Celebrate every mealtime by sharing with friends and family near or far.
Lele, tasty food, happy family. This advert is FDA approved.
Who say abrabo koye pa sa wototo na wo hyehyɛ ne ehia sa wo beye nyina sa wedum wo alam na wasɔre emra wo hyehyɛye etumi akɔwa na America sa enije mre no a wakɔ wo doctor hɔ na wotie wo ba ɔwo yefunu no mu akoma ɛbɔ periperi ana wetumi aya nya sa dwadini okukudam no edi nkɔmɔ wɔ abɛɛfo internet so.
fa scheduled airtime ɛwɔ MTN Momo so ɛtɔ airtime ansa na mmerɛ a wobɛhia no koraa du wobɛtumi atɔ airtime mmerɛ a wo ankasa pɛ sɛ wotɔ no dako bia na wɔtwe anaa bosome bia nea wobɛyɛ ne sɛ mia star 170 hash na to asumi a option 3 na di nhyehyɛeɛ adidi soɔ no so anaa mia star 170 star 311 hash na to airtime a ɛne gye nkoa ne tɛkyiri wode wo MTN Momo atɔ airtime awie no wobɛsɛ nya nea wotɔɔyɛ no a ɔha mu nsiakyi pɛpɛɛpɛ ɛsɛ bi so kɔ so afa ɔha mu nsiakyi pɛpɛɛpɛ na kasa kɛkɛ
MTN.
Hey, you ever buy credits where you get up to 20% of your money back before? Make I tell you about Vodafone's demo promo. See, anytime you recharge a demo, you get up to 20%, whether it be short code or your Vodafone cash wallet, or you don't use credit transfer to your number or someone else. And now you be high tech, so you don't use my Vodafone app or any payment app. However you do, Vodafone go send you up to 20% cash back into your Vodafone cash account. Who reload it? But then you enter. Top up your airtime with 5 Ghana cedi or more in Vodafone's demo promotion and receive 20% of your money back straight into your Vodafone cash wallet. Recharge and cash out in the Vodafone demo promotion.
Vodafone, further together.
I've got Bell back and I won't let go. My name is Nanama McBrown. Many people think I get what I want anytime because I am popular. No, that is not true. It is because me and Kasano, I like the best, and when I find it, I stick to it. I have found Bell Pack Tea Roll, and I'm stuck with it. It is soft but not weak, strong but not hard. It is just perfect. Bell Pack Tea Roll is smooth and gentle on the skin. Same as Bell Pack Kitchen Towel. It cleans in one wipe. You can soak, squeeze, and clean again. One Bell Pack Kitchen Towel lasts longer and saves you money. It's time you switch to Bell Pack today and experience the perfect paper tissue. Say pocket tissue, table napkins, tea roll, and a kitchen towel. Paper chow. Bell Pack is simply the best. Bell Pack, just perfect.
To be a Bell Pack distributor, call 055-11-44400. Another quality product from Bell Aqua.
Doesn't feel so good like Bell Pack.
1xBet jackpot is here with weekly massive prizes up for grabs. All you have to do is place your bets on any sports game and stand a chance to win. Simply register at 1xbet.com.gh. Use promo code JackpotGhana and place your bets. 1xBet is your key to great victories. Feel like a winner. 1xBet. Gambling can be addictive. Bet responsibly. Not for person under 18 years. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission.
The Honorable Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, today we have embarked on a journey of passion, intellect, and academic discourse.
But let us not forget that our country, our economy, is in the intensive care unit of the IMF Teaching Hospital.
The Love FM High School Debate is on your superstation Love 99.5 FM and on Facebook at LUV 99.5 FM and on Joy Prime and Joy Learning, 2 p.m. each day. It's the Love FM High School Debate. Don't miss it. Sponsored by
Charlie, I know they play with my cowbell. I love my cowbell. All the flavor they sweet me, oh. So nourishing for your body. Strawberry, banana, coconut, cowbell, mocha, even chocolate, banana flavor, coconut flavor.
There's a cowbell flavor for everyone at breakfast and snack time. Enjoy the 5 delicious tasty cowbell flavors: strawberry, banana, coconut, chocomalt, and mocha.
Ghana Herb Therapeutics has 3 products. They are Ghana Balm, Prostate Joy, and Ghana Man. Ghana Balm is used for the treatment of joint pains, muscle aches, rheumatic pains, skin disease, swells, cold, asthma, and nasal congestions. Prostate Joy is for the treatment of prostate enlargement, prostate cancer, urinary tract infections for both treatment and prevention. Available in all leading pharmacy and drug stores.
Madam Katrina ya sabia obo dia na minim sa ya sabia o baby. Efidie
Enfidie. Se wanya fidie ba ku bi ade obeyo na free Russia. Na no kwa brofu hu. So do shemu a eyi hu na makwa nyina mfo ne beto so ma wankasa hu bi. Afa eche yare poti e ha wo. Ba bia yare na du. Na asa che dwo poti e betumi ati yare na se ama. Se wani asai na wani bua ne nwinku ade a e betumi atenote. Emom wo hwe na enye Yesu obeka akire. Yade bia e ha wo no tutumrika Equator Naturopathic Clinic e wo Kumasi Buadi. Furniture Roman Hill na kofaka. Betuma for 0242 625838 0242 625838.
Mami acheva. We jai sa asrade aduan ni di.
Doc, sa asrade aduan no. Mate so kra. Sisi ade ma sesa maduan ni die mu kra o. Aduan a mi die. Adua entrowa, nkruma, ene ne ekeka ho. Na me di anwa ye aduan a. Me the fried vegetable oil na ye. Eye cholesterol free and vitamin A nso wo mu.
Mami acheva, why ya die?
For fried oil ye aduan a wani di ho a akono. Eye cholesterol free anwa vitamin A ewo mu. Fried oil no wani nyi waduan ho na dowo.
New Life Entrepreneurship Training Center. School ye and Fahon. So we JHS. We SHS. Wankasa and we wadwuma. So we dwedini. So we apprentice. We a master. And nasa empo school no ukodru kwamu and our son ya. School ye a be na pono ejo. Awa tu sabra. Besua nim die bi. Besua san nyuma besua se de obesia to sika some afam. Wanum school fees no edda fam say team. Wo bia etimi ekobi. New Life Entrepreneurship Training Center Kumase and Krakwantimpono so traffic light na se anasa topai fre 055-374-8056 055-374-8056.
Is your car experiencing electrical and mechanical problems? Do you want your air conditioners repaired at the best price and quality? Kumasi Auto Detail is here for you. At Kumasi Auto Detail, our Ghanaian and international engineers are there to provide services such as general repairs, injection services, tire services, engine and gearbox management, AC gas refilling, flushing, and computer diagnostics. The good news is, if your car parts are not available, Kumasi Auto Detail can order from outside in 1 week. Locate Kumasi Auto Detail, opposite Unity Oil, Malcolm Road, Dabai, next to Enna's Hybrid School. Contact us on
02579 77433.
Yes, DBS Industries has done it again. We have taken the lead by introducing the newest Colorlink Plus roofing sheets. It comes with 20-year warranty against fading.
Hold on a second. Did you say 20-year warranty against fading?
Yes. In addition, it has self-clean properties, meaning it has the ability to clean dirt that settles on it, making your roof look beautiful at all times.
This DBS offer is super cool.
Get your Colorlink Plus roofing sheet for your roof today. Look out for Colorlink imprint on our sheets. Locate DBS Limited in Kumasi on the Kumasi Accra Road at Adakwajachi opposite Kwamo Guel filling station. Call our hotline on 050-600-4141 or 0543-286-637. Visit our other factories in Accra, Tamale and Takrady. DBS Industries, your roof experts.
Hip, hip, hip. Thank you for my 62nd birthday. My wife and I will be traveling for our second honeymoon to Dubai. I have also decided to pay all my grandchildren's fee for the next academic year. In fact, prepare another cow and let the party continue.
What a party. Isn't Mr. Blagochi a pensioner?
Yes, so
where did he get all the money to do all that?
I heard it's because of New Generation Investment Services. They took care of his pension funds. I hear they also started the NGISM fund, which allows them to grow their investment and create wealth.